So I was browsing Amazon, as I tend to do, and one of the things that I search for are budget knives, just to see what I can find. And I stumbled on this brand, the JSWS. I'm not actually sure what that stands for. And they're for 40 bucks, so I was about to, kind of scoot on by, but it turns out they had a 40% coupon, which is currently still active. And that made these knives around the $22 to $25 mark, depending on which model you're looking at. And because of that, it makes them way more enticing. All of them come with 440C, which is a great budget steel. They all have crossbar locks, something I really love. They're all ambidextrous, meaning the pocket clip can go on both sides. So good for left-handers, good for right-handers. They all have thumb studs, which I like, and still, of course, have the crossbar to actuate it in a different way. These three models really stood out. And so let's start with this one right here. 3.7-inch blade, micarta handles with a nice contour. Now, yes, you're not going to get flush set screws for the pocket clip, but not half bad. It opens really, really nicely, but it does seem to engage the lock a little bit earlier, and it is on washers, so it's not going to drop shut the way you might expect like a Benchmade or something else to be, but that's not surprising, right? It's only a $25 knife after all. Still, really, really nice in shape, very, very comfortable in hand. In fact, this is the most comfortable of the three. So if that is what matters to you, not necessarily the closing, but making sure you can open it, this is a great option. I do like it. I do like it. So this is definitely in the realm of recommendation for me, at least, for a budget knife. And under 30, I mean, this is the ultra budget range. So micarta with all of these features is pretty unusual. Now moving on, we have this, which has got a veneer of carbon fiber. It is another crossbar lock, of course, and this is a full flat grind. So nice and thin, a little bit thinner on the edge with this one. I've already checked the sharpness. They actually came really, really sharp out of the box, funny enough. But unlike that one, it actually can close the way I'm used to opening and closing a crossbar. The thing is, though, it doesn't quite have the weight to be thrown out, but closing, absolutely no problem whatsoever. It's a little bit easier without obviously being through a viewfinder, but you get the idea. This works actually surprisingly well. I'm not a huge fan of carbon fiber, at least with no texturing, because if this gets even a little bit wet, it's just like oil slick. It'll fly right out of your hand. So very, very cool in design. I do like the way it looks, but it is not my favorite by any stretch of the imagination. This one, on the other hand, this is the complete package. So first of all, it opens up great. It has a excellent position with that jimping, kind of sets your fingers right there. You can grip it in multiple different ways. It has a very, very neutral handle, so you can use it in reverse grip. It doesn't have, it doesn't have a lot of material that you can take away before you have to regrind the choil here, but it has some. You could probably get a couple of sharpenings in on it. It's 440C once again, but unlike its compatriots here, this thing actually comes closed very, very easy, like many of the Axis style locks that are far, far more expensive than the $25 that this is running. This is the one that I really, really like. So I'm going to put a link to all three, but definitely of the three, this one is the superior, and I can't say enough. I mean, the fact that they were able to use real G10 and solid steel liners, fully ambidextrous clip, I'm pretty happy with it. I don't know all that much about this brand. I've seen it reviewed before, but their context was at a different price point. At $25, this is, well, there aren't many competitors, to be honest. And I really do have to say that having a crossbar lock with fully ambidextrous clip, this is the thing I'm looking for, because it's the easiest kind of knife to recommend to people, because I know it will work for just about anyone. Anyway, that's it. I will put a link to these down in the description and the pinned comment. Let me know, which one was your favorite?